Good evening, you're watching News Mongolian World. I'm your host, Dinosaur Festival. And for top stories, cultural festival to take place on July 11th and 12th. Umnugovi province to host Dinosaur Festival. And teacher Asami Yoshinari thinks that Mongolian students' learning skills are very high. And for the news, stay tuned. The cultural festival is set to take place on July 11th and 12th, followed by the Horse Trainers Festival on July 13th at the Mongolian National Complex at Hutalotok.
The festival promotes Mongolian heritage and folk art by introducing attendees to the rich history, culture, unique heritage, and artistic creations passed down from the ancestors of the nomadic Mongolians. The ultimate goal is to foster a sense of love and respect for this heritage and culture. In addition to captivating performances showcasing Mongolia's UNESCO-registered intangible cultural heritage, the festival offers visitors immersive experiences in Mongolian traditions. These experiences include visiting the Mongolian one-day cultural camp, which features Mongolian traditions such as root art, Mongolian tea culture, pastry culture, and fermentation culture. Attendees will also have the opportunity to explore the home of Kazakh culture or visit a Tatan home. They can also discover traditional folk toys, makeup, portrait painting, calligraphy, felt art, Mongolian ethnic clothing, and artifacts. Through this diverse range of activities, the cultural festival aims to immerse participants in Mongolia's cultural heritage, fostering a deep appreciation and understanding of the traditions and artistry that define the nation.
The Institute of Paleontology is taking the initiative in organizing the first ever Dinosaur Festival in Mongolia, recognizing that paleontology in Mongolia is considered one of the top 5 scientific fields globally. As a result, there is a belief that the tourism industry can be developed through this sector.
More than 80 out of the more than 400 species of dinosaurs known in the world have been found in Mongolia, which means that approximately 1 out of 5 species was discovered in Mongolia. Scientists believe that the significant number of dinosaur findings in Mongolia's Gobi Desert signifies its rich historical significance.
In Mongolia, notable dinosaur discoveries have been made in diverse locations. This is just one example among many that showcases the remarkable achievement and discoveries in this field of science. The progress made in scientific research from the 19th to the 20th century has revealed the existence of numerous unexplored areas in the Mongolian Gobi Desert, indicating that further investigations could well yield fruitful results. According to foreign researchers, Mongolia is recognized as the third leading country in the world in terms of paleontology, particularly in the study of dinosaurs. The United States and China hold the first and second positions, respectively, in terms of paleontological discoveries. In light of this, a decision has been made to host a 2-day festival to raise public awareness about the knowledge accumulated by researchers over the years. The festival will feature a wide range of activities aimed at showcasing the remarkable findings in the field of paleontology.
This year holds special significance as it commemorates the 100th anniversary of the commencement of extensive exploration and analysis of ancient biology in Mongolia. In light of this milestone, the Institute of Paleontology is taking the initiative in organizing the inaugural Dinosaur Festival in Mongolia. The festival will take place at the Bainzag archaeological site in Bolgansam, Umnugovi province, which is where the first dinosaur eggs were discovered in Mongolia. Experts in the field have emphasized that this event has the potential to serve as a foundation for the development of paleontological tourism, as this particular niche in scientific and field tourism is not yet well established in Mongolia.
A Japanese teacher is complementing Mongolian students' learning skills. Notably, teacher Asami Yoshinari thinks Mongolian children's learning skills are very high.
His name is Asami Yoshinari. He worked as a math and Japanese language teacher in high school and university. And now he is working as an intermediary between Mongolian students and Japanese universities.
Mongolian students' learning skills are high. I think compared to the top Japanese high school students, Mongolian students are better than them. But their weakness is that they are untidy. If they will overcome this weakness, they will perfect students.
Most Japanese people are responsible for any work, show respect for each other, and are able to work together. Teacher Asami is like this, and he works to pay attention to every student's progress so as to help the students. There is an examination for Japanese university admission for international students that foreign people must take to attend universities in Japan. After passing this exam, it is possible to attend a Japanese university. I think the Joro Education Center supports Mongolian youth and the Mongolian education sector, and the negotiation had been organized with Japanese universities. We are giving opportunities to Mongolian students to study with 100% scholarship in Japan. Studying well is important, but improving soft skills might even be very important. In other words, students should study to decide quickly regarding any problem, and to have a positive attitude is very important.
In Japan, students go to clubs such as sports and music, and they study how to achieve their goals as a team from childhood. It is possible to study and experience how to succeed as a team and how to make decisions regarding any problems.
A Japanese teacher is complementing Mongolian students' learning skills, but can we use this children's skill for the development of Mongolia? The Asami teacher said that the only doing a lesson, but the improving teamwork skills, working together to find solutions for problem is better.
Thank you for staying with us. Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rate provided by Mongol Bank. Here's the international news from our partner agencies. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen arrived in Beijing on Thursday for meetings with Chinese leaders as part of efforts to revive relations that are strained by disputes about security, technology, and other irritants.
Yellen planned to focus on stabilizing the global economy and challenging Chinese support of Russia during its invasion of Ukraine, Treasury officials in Washington told reporters ahead of the trip. The secretary was due to meet with Chinese officials, American businesspeople, and members of the public, according to Treasury officials. They gave no details but said Yellen wouldn't meet Chinese leader Xi Jinping. Yellen follows Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who met Xi last month in the highest-level U.S. visit to Beijing in 5 years. Yellen will emphasize that the United States doesn't support decoupling and call for greater transparency by China on its new espionage law, as well as progress in resolving international debt distress, the U.S. official added. Even though no major breakthroughs are expected, U.S. officials say Yellen will push to open new lines of communication and coordination on economic matters and stress the consequences of supplying little aid to Russia, an assertion China has adamantly rejected. When China's ambassador Xi Feng met Yellen in Washington on Monday, he urged the U.S. to pay great attention and move to tackle China's main concerns on the economy and trade. Trade tariffs imposed by the Trump administration and sanctions against Chinese firms are the country's chief concerns, said Wu Xinbo, an American studies specialist at Fudan University who is familiar with Beijing's thinking. Yellen's long-anticipated trip comes weeks after a visit by Secretary of State Antony Blinken, who agreed with Chinese President Xi Jinping that the mutual rivalry should not veer into conflict amid a freeze in the talks between their militaries. Both visits are seen as critical to improving communication after the U.S. military shut down a Chinese balloon over the United States. They come ahead of possible meeting between President Joe Biden and Xi Jinping at the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation gathering scheduled for November in San Francisco.
A dual Israeli-Russian citizen who has been missing in Iraq for months is being held by an Iraq-backed militia in Iraq the office of Israel's Prime Minister said Wednesday. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said Elizabeth Turkov, who disappeared in late March, is still alive and we hold Iraq responsible for her safety and well-being.
It's definitely symbolic, and I think
Surkov, who is an academic whose work focuses on the Middle East and specifically war-torn Syria, is an expert on regional affairs and was widely quoted over the years by international media. Netanyahu said Surkov is being held by the Shiite group Kataeb Hezbollah or Hezbollah Brigades, a powerful Iran-backed group that the US government listed as a terrorist organization in 2009. He added that Surkov is an academic who visited Iraq on her Russian passport, at her own initiative pursuing to work on her doctorate and academic research on behalf of Princeton University. Surkov could not have used her Israel passport to enter Iraq as the two countries do not have diplomatic relations. There has been no official comment from Iraq since Surkov went missing. A senior official from Kataeb Hezbollah declined to comment on the matter.
Shows the way Israel is.
Here's the weather forecast of all major cities. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with us. We will see you next week with more news and updates. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.